So Brad, a 3-3 draw today against St Ives Town. How do you summarise that performance?
It's just the epitome of a game of two halves, wasn't it? For how good we were at pretty much everything. The annoyance of the first goal is an instruction given that wasn't followed out, and we get punished from it. But at the same time, we've gone up the other end and reacted really, really quickly. So that's great. Our reaction from going a goal down, we deserved to be 3-1 up at half time. We really did. Our endeavour, our quality, our decision making in the final third was good. And it sounds crazy, but our decision making in the final third in the second half is what's given them the game. We've got in some great areas. We started doing things that we weren't doing in the first half, and that is a new string to the bow of some of these young boys' learning curve, really, because I said to them at half time, it's been a long, tough season, right? So we haven't been in this position often. Now it's about learning professionalism and how to keep churning out doing the right things just because you feel like you're getting in good areas and you're getting a lot of joy. They're going to come out and they're going to put it on you a little bit more, but if you keep doing the right things, you put the game to bed, or if not, you get a clean sheet in the second half, you've got 3 points. Okay, we go a little bit disjointed when we have to make the change with Bruce, which is a shame, but on the flip side of that, we've got in such good areas, and all of a sudden we're just trying things that we wasn't trying in the first half. In the first half we were crisp, we were a lot more clinical, and that's the biggest frustration for me. And saying that, they could have nicked it at the end. And I said to the boys, it's easy to jump on a bandwagon when someone's doing something wrong, but Cocks has been different class. Since he's gone at left back, he's been different class. He scored 2 today, one of the best free kicks you'll probably see all season. And he stopped a near on goal, left pretty much one of the last kicks of the game at the back post. So credit where credit's due. When someone's been top drawer, he's been outstanding for us. I thought Reece for the last few games has been really, really good as well. When he's had his doubters, he's had his critics, including myself, and he's stepped up, and certainly in the last few games he's been magnificent. So there's a lot of positives to come, and I'm annoyed being 5 unbeaten in the league, but at the same time we should have plenty more points than what we've taken from those 5 games. And again, we're seeing that we're able to compete, but the big frustration is just the professionalism in the second half, and it's a learning curve for a lot of young boys there, because if they come out with the same attitude, the same nous, then you win the game pretty comfortably and without them really having to trouble you. So big frustrations, game of 2 halves, but it's another game unbeaten.
Yeah, it was obviously a frustrating second half, but looking at the goals, then I know you mentioned Cox's free kick, but just how impressed were you with those 2 finishes from Coxie and Liam's first goal in the United shirt?
Yeah, so Coxie's popped up at the back post from open play from the opposite side of the pitch. So sometimes you can't explain things in football, but at the end of the day, he's wanted to go and make amends, even though it's not necessarily his mistake for the first goal, and he's got himself on the end of something. The free kick is something that I know he's always capable of. I'm just proud of him, if I'm completely honest, because he's had a rough year. I've had him previously to here. I know what he's got, I know his ability, and it's now nice to see that people are now starting to see what I know's in there as well, which is good. But his free kick is, as I say, not many people in this league can do that. Simple as that. He strikes a ball differently to people. He's got a lot to learn, as we all know, but he's getting better and better now. But yeah, free kick, I don't think you'll see a better free kick than that. Probably this year, if I'm completely honest. It was fantastic, and just delighted for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Liam's goal in it.
Oh yeah, so Liam, pure endeavour. Pure endeavour. Good work rate. He's popped up in good areas. They've hesitated. He's nicked in, and he deserves it. He deserves a goal in his first few performances for us. But at the same time, I know we can say he might have got fouled in the second half, and they've gone up. But a little bit of decision making when he's weaving through people, he'll learn. But the difference is he's got the raw attributes to be a good player. So really pleased for him to get on a score sheet. I said that to him at half time. It was now just about managing the second half, which we unfortunately didn't do. And again, it just became too stretched. So it's something for me to learn from. But as I say, with a relatively young group who are now competing every week, they're going to learn quickly. So it's much better than it has been for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we had a pretty strong bench coming into it as well. A lot of players coming back from injury, but we had Hanson come off again with a knock. Is he okay?
Hey, let's put it this way: the last time it was his hamstring, you knew he'd done it completely. This time he just felt it, so it was more precaution. At the same time, he wouldn't have been able to continue with it, and we wouldn't have wanted him to continue with it, because the last thing we want to do is lose him for the long term, and is a big part of what we want to do. But yeah, stronger bench, a senior bench for the first time probably this season, a complete one. So we're getting there, and it's just for, again, us as a group, but especially the younger individuals within the group is learning every week and learning how to manage a game a little bit better. But in spells we were fantastic today. On the flip side of that, in other spells we weren't so good. So it's a lot better than the rest of the season has been. However, you being disappointed from being 5 unbeaten and not taking more points shows exactly how far we've come in terms of comparison to the rest of the year.
And then just finally looking ahead to next week now, it's Stratford away. So going into that one, what do you want to see?
I don't think you could have had a much tougher run, could you? So, hey, these were feared. These are feared opposition. They score a lot of goals. Any opposition that we come up against at this level are feared opposition. But we seem to just be playing everyone that are either competing for leagues in the season before or in and around the playoffs, or really going for something. So it's the same as what we've gone into every game. No inferiority complex. We respect them. We understand what they've done. But we feel that we can cause anyone a problem now. And going into every game, we fancy ourselves to be competitive, which is the main thing. And now it's just teaching that group to turn into the other mindset of being winners mentality, rather than just being happy competing. So we'll go in, we'll certainly compete, but we'll always be looking to try and get 3 points, which is the main thing. So bring it on, and let's enjoy the rest of the season.